The shadow. It was a casual evening. Everything was as usual. Partially lying down on my couch, I was relaxing my exhausted mind and immobilized fatigued body. Time was gently darkened with a ticking sound from the angle of the wall. One table lamp and some flickering ray crossing from open kitchen door were all that were lighting my living room. I glide my head on the smooth surface of the couch, directing my vision slightly towards the kitchen. Sarah's wine bottle were staring at me right through the door, watering my mouth. I shifted my side to avoid the temptation of the moment, but got stuck at the corner of a desk. Some Surya cigarettes were peeping out from there as well. Felt as if they were eagerly asking me to take their company and relax, blowing all my anxiety in smoke. Lost on the vial of seduction by Shiraz, I was tranquilized till the end of the last burning cigarette. As the cigarette ended and the flame touched me, giving a little pinch of burn on my finger, I found myself covered in the fog of smoke created by my own breath. Everything went foggy for a while. I pushed my couch, struggling a while to lift myself up, stabilizing my stability, but with the trembling consistency I got on a quake of my own creation. I knocked off the table lamp, breaking it. Fearful darkness surrounded me as the kitchen flickers were necessary in the darkness. 10 hours fallen night was over me, and I was surrounded by the silence of the darkness. All there was the tick and tock of timer, reminding me that time was slipping away and darkness was growing stronger with each episode of the pendulum swing. Trembling, I went to the kitchen. My hand reached for the cookery rum bottle, desiring few sips. Lighting a small piece of candle, I returned back to the living room. Replacing the instantly broken lamp with the candle, I looked at the fireplace. It was vacant for years, but some dry logs were nearby. I arranged the firewood, poured some wine and flamed them. Rapidly, logs seized the fire, and gradually the darkness was gone as the warmth was restored through the fireplace. I got into my previous position, parking on the couch, feeling the aroma and tang from every sip of wine that I was taking. It was traveling all the way from the wine glass to my throat, craved in intense sensation flowing throughout my body, sensing my heartbeat from my carotid artery. I was lost, watching the dancing flame at the chimney corner. Flames were not just drawing off the darkness of the night, but they were also assembling some unknown feeling flourishing inside me. That fraction of time was authentic yet peaceful. Felt like something I was searching from long before was there. It was a moment of peace and relief. That night, after a long time, I took my typewriter out of my closet in anticipation to fulfill the will of impressing that calmness of the moment to the core of my soul, making it alive forever. Everything was still and calm for a while. The ticking sound of the typewriter was stopped as I was stopped after typing few words in the blanks. All was silent as I was lost on the roll of thought until he smashed the wine glass on the wall. Silence screamed in his tears and he was flooded in a new sea of emotion. That was the time when he brought himself in existence. He was the ghost who got tangible that night. His shadow slaughtered that house for years, as his reflections were noticeable many times at mirror. I thought I have had heard him many times before, but never knew he was there for real. But he was, always there, converting my irrational thoughts into some self-full creation. With him, letters used to make words, and words used to get rhythm, and he used to sing a melody out of nail. That night, he was there in the shadow of the darkness. I was unable to recognize him in the clock of the night. He appeared faceless, shapeless. All there was his voice, as the voice of the clock from the invisible time. All I was able to see were his red, cryptic eyes. I asked him, "Who are you?" "I am the shadow of the past. I am the escaped soul of time, abandoned and incomplete," he replied with the raise in his voice. "What? I don't understand what you are saying." "You will, with time you will." He went closer to the mirror. "I can't see my own reflection. Everything is so lost and buried in darkness." "Why are you here? What do you want from me?" I was in a bit of anxiety. Maybe the alcohol was playing with my senses. "I want nothing. I need nothing," he said. "Then why are you here?" I inquired back. "I have something buried deep down to the core, and I want to let it out eagerly," he said. With his verbal expression, I assumed it was something really precious to him, something he has lost control over, and maybe that night that something gave him subsistence. "What is it?" I asked. With a pause in his breath, he said, "There are some stories of time that I don't want to forget. I want to imprint them permanently somewhere so that they will illustrate me what is lost with time. When I look back at the past that I have crossed through, I don't remember much, but whatever that is left in my memories is what I want to encrypt inward and search for myself when I am completely lost." "Lost?" I interrupted him. He looked at me being surprised, then turned aside. Staring at the wall, he added, "I was in a run, my friend, running from my past, running from my duty, running from my pain, and running from who I used to be, and I am still running." He looked me in the mirror and continued, "I love this speed. Maybe that's why I don't want to control it, but I know one day I will stop for sure after getting tired of all this running. And at that time of stopping, there will be an instance when I have to ask who I am, and I should accept the truth of how I used to be. But I'm afraid at that time I might get lost in mirage created as by the consequences of this uncontrolled, blinding speed, lost, forgetting the reality, forgetting how and who I used to be, and what I have become with time, forgetting how far have I came and what is left behind, forgetting to see does the morning has ever signed upon me, was all this running worthful, forgetting to ask myself, do the temporary tide of time has ever ended, or have I started running for nothing and there's nothing at the end? "So, what's the problem? What's stopping you?" I asked him. Staring at the wall painted by the wine he just spilled, he said, "There are the unclear memories of time, time that's old, dusted, and they are escaping from my mind. Each memory is more like this broken wine glass. All I desire is to join the fraction like a puzzle. All I am willing is to fill the cracks completely, but I don't know where I shall begin with. I don't know what end will bring upon me. Every time when I memorize, I just get lost in the reminiscence. Then I find it hard to encrypt by ink as tears washes all my words from psyche, and I get blank as a canvas without any art, without any meaning. Instead of any words from memories, I just get tears and disgrace. Portion of events scratches the heart out of mine. Moments of happiness are so few that I remember, as the turbulation from the scourge of life, and moment of falling by the timorous tides are most that I memorize in my memory. Then it felt like there's nothing I got to share. There's nothing except complete blankness. Completing his work, he left the room. It felt as if cold wind had just passed away, taking all the voices along with it. Silence was restored again. I raised the candle towards the wall. My consciousness got vanished, watching the flow of red wine on the blue wall. It was like sky was bleeding that night, silently. I might not be able to write, but I can narrate. His voice penetrated from the other room, felt like a small unit of current had just touched me, flowing all over my body, making me regain my vanished wit. I was still puzzled, lost in myself. Shall we begin? He inquired, bringing me back to him. So, you want me to write your story? I quailed back. My story? He gave me an eye of wonder. Isn't this your story? His eyes compelled me to interrogate. You can take it as this story rather than my story. I want to narrate it as my own, but is it truly mine? Well, only the time will bring the truth to the surface. You are confusing me, I said. I know I am, he mocked. I am not being able to understand your riddles. Can't you keep this conversation simple? I said. I will try to. So, shall we? He said. We can, but where shall I begin with? I was clueless. He said, why don't you start by saying, this is his story without a perfect beginning and maybe with the incomplete ending, with all that he had to say and all that he had to remember, just enough to answer him what he has left behind.